Hey everybody, Travis Bowman here with a very obscure piece of gaming hardware here on the right. We've got the Turbo Stick. So I was looking over YouTube and I noticed that there was not one single video about this controller peripheral for the TurboGrafx 16. So I thought I'd just make a short little video about it and do a little review for you guys. So if you're looking at the TurboGrafx 16 or the PC Engine as far as getting into it for the first time, there is a plethora of some really great games of all different play styles. There's a lot of arcadey type games that you can enjoy on that system as well. So naturally, if you've got a console that's got some really good arcade ports, then an arcade stick seems like a no-brainer. And this is the case with the PC Engine. There's a lot of really cool arcade ports on this system as well. So when we're taking a look at this guy, it's actually a pretty well-designed arcade stick. You've only got two buttons to deal with when you're talking TurboGrafx 16, and that's your 1 and 2 buttons. You've got your turbo switches up top, and they just kind of click in and out like so. And here's your switches, or your turbo toggles, excuse me, your sliders up here to determine how much of that turbo that you actually want. And it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this is actually a pretty small arcade stick. I mean, it's sitting right here next to the console itself, and it's not big. It's not big at all. You do have some rubber feet on the back. And you know, this plastic, it's just 90s. You know, it's real thick plastic, kind of noisy. I think I need to actually tighten some of these screws because it's a little loosey-goosey in some parts of this arcade stick. But it's a pretty well built arcade stick. I don't feel like I'm going to break it while I'm using it. And of course, we don't have micro switches or anything like that. But that being said, it actually works really well. I've had zero issues with this. It's a really sturdy piece of equipment here. It is small, so much in fact that I have a hard time having it in my lap while I'm using it, and I've even gone so far as to use it as a controller like this, and believe it or not, it actually works really well that way, and that's my preferred way to use this arcade stick, with the thumb on top and using the buttons there, just like so with the thumb, and it's really cool. So when you're talking TurboGrafx 16 and PC Engine, specifically TurboGrafx 16 for the American guys over here, we're talking money. Unfortunately, anything TurboGrafx is going to be worth some money, so be prepared to kind of overpay for this sort of thing if you're looking into it. Odds are you're not gonna find this at a garage sale just because it's so obscure at this point. I mean, too much time has passed since the TurboGrafx was the thing to get. Collectors have really just kind of swiped this stuff up at this point. Now, one more thing to note, if you're looking to get this arcade stick for yourself and just add it to your collection to play some games, you need to ask yourself, which console do I have? Do I have a Japanese system or do I have an American system? Because the controller ports are slightly different. So this is an American TurboGrafx 16 controller, and to the left this is a Japanese PC Engine. Now it's the same hardware, but the controller ports are different. So we have an adapter right here. I'll take this off. So here is your TurboGrafx 16 style input there. It's fairly large, and this just goes with your TurboGrafx 16. In order to use it on my Japanese systems, I had to get this adapter here, which was about 20 bucks or so. Unfortunately, you'd think something like this would be like $5-6, but and I'm sure I could have found it a little cheaper, but I just wanted it to work, you know. I'm sure you could find this for closer to $5-10 if you know what you're looking for. This is your TurboGrafx 16 to PC Engine adapter. Once you get that, then you can play on your Japanese system. So I just wanted to do a quick review because, like I said, there were no videos on this guy anywhere on YouTube. Price charting has this going upwards to $100, maybe a little bit less than that. Is it worth it at that price? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I really don't. It's a really cool to have. I'm really happy to have it, and I'm using it quite a bit because, like I said, there are so many great games that are arcadey style for your PC Engine TurboGrafx, like Ninja Spirit. There's a tennis game. By the way, this little pixel frame over there. You know, I've got a bunch of pre-saved things for like Sega hardware and Nintendo and stuff like that. Not so much for the PC Engine. There's not a lot of that stuff out there, so the closest thing I could try to find to relate it to this video was Final Match Tennis and World Court Tennis, two of the PC Engine games that I have over there. That's what I mostly use this thing with, is games like that, you know, tennis games. I'm weird like that. I just like tennis games. I think they're fun. It's a great way to pass the time if you're looking to do something like that. I also just want to take a quick second to mention the D-pad on the TurboGrafx controller or the PC Engine controller. They're universally the same kind of D-pad. A lot of people seem to really not like this D-pad, and I can definitely see why. It's very stiff. It's not the most comfortable D-pad. You might find yourself looking for an alternative, especially if you're used to the Sega or the Nintendo style D-pad. So this could be a solution for you, albeit a expensive one. I hope you guys found this video informative. Like I said, just wanted to do a quick review because there aren't any out there. The Turbo Stick is it's kind of lightweight too. I forgot to mention that. It doesn't really weigh that much, and I'm pretty sure if I opened this up, there would be a lot of loose open space in there, just like the TurboGrafx console itself. I mean, they made it bigger just to make it bigger. There's not a lot of stuff in there. I would imagine it's the same situation inside here. I hope this helps you out. If you're looking to grab one of these for yourself, no problems at all. I mean, the buttons feel great, the stick feels great. I've never had any issues with inputs. The turbo works exactly as it should. It's a great piece of equipment. It's just not worth the ridiculous amount of money that people are selling these for these days. So hopefully you find one for cheaper than the going rate. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for checking it out. I appreciate you subscribing, and I'll catch you guys at the next video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.